It's your girl JK. Welcome to another wonderful episode of the BRR Show. And on the BRR Show, we talk about business, relationship, and real life issues. And on today's episode, I have a wonderful guest, and that is Akhigbe. He is the CEO founder of African Cleanup Initiative. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Thanks.
to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me this awesome day.
You look good.
Thank you. Also, you look good as well.
Thank you. Okay, so we're talking about environmental, cleanup and all that. This is what you do.
Part of what I do,
Yeah,
we do other things as well. African Cleanup Initiative, it's an NGO that we started in 2010. It started more
2010.
like, it started like a passion actually. Like just a passion, doing something that you love, getting young people together, clean up the community, engage people, talk to them about the environment. That was how it started. Sincerely, I never saw it like it was going to be as big as it is
right
now. I was just simply living my passion based on the available time that I have within my space at that particular time.
Okay. But at what point did it start? Is it that you were walking on the road and saw the dump site and you were like, no, this thing looks ugly, I want to do something? Or you have phobia for dirt? What inspired you from the beginning?
I think I love the tone of this conversation, because for me it has to do with what you love naturally, what you want to call your passion.
Okay.
I used to run what I call it an outfit for young people far back as 2007. 2008 is known as the Passion House.
The Passion House.
Exactly.
Oh.
And so what we do basically is to gather young people together, talk to them about how they can find their passion, live their passion, turn passion to purpose, and all of that. But in 2009, I had a nudge to do something on a bigger scale.
Okay.
And then I was working with a multinational then. And so the nudge came for this, and I was like, wow. I had to take my time to actually dwell on that nudge, that thought for a while to know what I wanted to do. Okay. But everything was now pointing towards the environment. And I had to look back and say, why the environment? So I was born in Akhigbe.
Oh.
So I grew up in Akhigbe. I have a first-hand experience with living in the dirty environment and all of that. So connecting to that, my background was more like, there could be
the
something.
Inspiration.
So that was how the whole thoughts came about in 2000. And I would say God just laid that thing on me like a burden. You have to do something. And two things stood out back then. Number one, people hardly volunteer back then. So I wanted to do something that would bring young people together on the platform to give back without expecting money or something in return. In fact, that was the major challenge we had then, because when we wanted to get volunteers together, I would start looking up for young people to come to let us do this thing. The few people we met, they will always tell you,
how much you won't pay me?
God bless you. they can't do for free. Why should they come and clean the gutter, clean the environment when we have the government, the governor, the local government chairman? What is my own business? We clean. You understand? That was those are the kind of feedback we were getting at that particular time. But because it was something that was heavy on my heart, I wanted to do this. So I didn't allow that to knock me off. So I persist, I push further, and we were so kind enough we were able to get large people to come out. December 2010 was the first ever cleanup we ever did in Lagos, and it was done in Nigeria actually.
For how many hours?
We'll come around like 7, 8 in the morning. We'll have a kind of sensitization, talk to people, do a kind of advocacy around the community. Then we'll go before 12. We've actually done.
Wow.
And the beauty about it is the way we package the cleanup is always fun. You don't want to go. In fact, we did one just last week at Nero Market.
Okay.
We were done like 10, 11, but the entertainment, the fun, the ball, we were there like till like 1, 2.
Wow, in the afternoon.
In the afternoon. People were networking, they were catching fun, and they were dancing to music after the major act. So for us, another way of trying to get like minds together to give back to the environment.
Okay, what has been your major challenges so far in this African Cleanup Initiative?
Challenges will always be there. You deal with one, another which will always come. But the beauty about it for us is the bigger picture that we're running with the vision. Our vision is centered on raising environmentally responsible citizens.
Okay.
From secondary school to primary school to the communities to the government, everywhere we find ourselves across Africa and beyond. We want to raise people that will be conscious about the environment, that will put the environment first. Like I always tell people that the environment is God's gift to man. What you do with it is your own gift back to God and probably to humanity. As a challenge, you always come, you want to do big thing, there's no fun. Like look at this, for example, now.
Okay.
We have 2 books now that we want to publish. We don't have money to publish them.
Oh.
It's a challenge.
Exactly.
They are comics books for kids in primary school, nursery school.
And
you can talk to them and they will love to read and have it. We want to do all of this now. We just have a sample here, but we don't have the money to produce. This is fortunately for the secondary school. They're like 2 different. This one is called the Green Advocates.
Okay, for the younger
ones. This one for the secondary school, healthier environment, my goal.
Wow.
And you get to learn so much about the
teach
environment. them on time. Nobody ever taught him about the environment, whether knows it primary or secondary.
Exactly.
I learned everything by God's mercy and by eagerness.
Eventually, as you grow up,
exactly. So finance will always be a challenge, but then we'll keep pushing because it's what we want to do. It's a solution we are working with, and we're hoping that God will help us to achieve it with time. And that's finance. Always a challenge.
Always a challenge, but it will never stop you when you're passionate about your dreams.
Exactly.
You said something about young people. Is it only young people that you guys work with? You said you guys call young people to come and volunteer and be a part of it.
Okay, beautiful. We have different projects and programs that we run in our organization. There's one of them we call the CFI, Clean for Impact.
Okay.
It's actually designed to engage corporate organizations to do CSR for the environment, centered on the majorly on the environment, to give back majorly on the environment. And so the way we design it, a cleanup actually designed to work with the adults. If for example, you are the founder, CEO of XYZ company, we write to you as we want to do a partnership with, want to do a cleanup of the environment, probably where you have your business or wherever location you choose, and your staff will form like 60-70% of the volunteers that will turn up for that day. So it's not like not you, the mamas, the papas, everyone in your organization, they will show up for the exercise. Then we will come with volunteers from ACI to join them, and we will clean up the environment, do advocacy, talk to the people. So it's not just for young people alone. Even the adults are also involved in what we do, and we also run conferences as well, where we talk to people about the environment. We bring the experts, lovers of the environment, climate change activists. We were doing one this year in August in Tascop Hotel in Calabar, which is the 6th edition.
All the way in Calabar.
Yeah, we've done 2 in Ghana, we've done 1 in Togo, we've done 2 in Lagos, and this one is going to Calabar.
This is Hotel. International. Very soon you do one in America.
I'm telling you.
All right, guys, we'll go on a short break.
UK first, then America.
We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll continue with the interview. Don't go anywhere, stay with us.
Hi there. Doing business without publicity is like dancing in the dark. Nobody would know you exist, nobody would know you're there. At CLI Africa Media, we help to increase your business visibility. We also help to expose your brand, your product and services to the world. So join us as we help you turn your prospects into lifelong customers. This is what we do at CLI Africa Media. We help you to accomplish your business goals and reach out to your customers and clients so your dream can come true. So let's say CLI Africa Media help you to accomplish your business dreams. We are what you need.
Hello, lovelies. Welcome back from that short break. We have been talking to the amazing CEO, founder of Africa Cleanup Initiative, and he's been telling us amazing things about cleanup, and there's so many works he has been doing over the years. So tell us, when I read your profile, I saw that you also do recycling, being that you clean up, so you come in contact with a lot of, recyclable products, if there's any word like that. So tell us about it.
Everything we do as an organization is actually focused on providing solutions to challenges that we find in the communities and places that we work. And because most times we work in underserved, low-income communities you might call slum. And when we go into such communities, we see a lot. We're cleaning, we're feeling the emotions of the people. We're connecting with them, and we're looking at the challenge, and we're saying to ourselves, what can we do to be of help to these people? And that's why some of the programs that we run or project is actually born out of this burden that we see in this community. And one of them is what I call the bottles for pad and bottles for diaper. Now, we see young girls in this community, they can't buy pad on a monthly basis, and they do a whole lot. My wife is a health specialist, so we talk to people a lot, and we see young girls, they do a lot around just for them to be able to earn money to buy pad on a monthly basis. And so we'll say, okay, what can we do? That was where the idea of bottles for pad came about. Okay. Gather your recyclables together, your PET bottles, we'll come and collect it, and we'll give you pad in exchange for that bottle.
Oh, that is amazing.
And for the young single mothers in this community, we also do bottles for diaper as well. For
their babies.
Yeah, for their babies. You can buy diaper for your little baby and all of that. And there's another one we do, which we call the Recycle Spay Educational Project. We started in 2018, and it's a very simple model. You have a child in school. You cannot pay the school fees of the child. Now you have an alternative, and the alternative is the recyclables.
Okay.
So gather your recyclables together, your pure water sachets, your can, your PET bottles, gather them together. When we have a partnership with the school where you have your child, take the bottles to the school, we will collect it from the school, and the equivalent, God bless you, for the child's school. So the child don't have to be sent home any longer because you cannot afford to pay the school fees of the child. And
that could never be a problem again.
Exactly. And today we have close to like 30, 40 schools that we're working with, both in Lagos and outside Lagos. That's the Recycle Spay Education. I also came up with something we call the Recycling Empowerment and Advocacy Project.
What is that about?
That one is more like an empowerment for the youths and people. Women in the you want money for business, you want money to feed. Now gather them together, we'll give you cash on the spot.
And this is happening all over Lagos.
Yes, wherever we work with, we have partnership with organizations that we work with. We go into the community and we give back. So we are an NGO. We're concerned about solution, impact, and people living good lives.
Good lives, absolutely.
So these are the motivation. And we have the Green Footprint Project, where we talk to kids about the environment and also get them to be engaged in community service. Community service like, we give them hand glove, we give them nose mask, we give them pick the bottles around your community.
Exactly.
If I would
they'll be having fun doing it.
My goodness. We were engaged in a particular school in Akhigbe. It was meant to last for like 1 hour. We're done, guys. Let's go back to school. You're like, oh, uncle, we want to do more. Because they've not done it before.
And cleaning is therapeutic. I hope you know.
Sure.
Yes, when you clean your environment, there's a way it makes you feel. But I'm sure when they felt that, they didn't want to stop.
They didn't want to stop, and that's some of us we have not volunteered before as adults.
They don't even know what volunteering is about.
So that's why we want to inculcate all of this knowledge into them from the tender age, so they grow up with that consciousness that giving.
Conscious of the environment.
If you don't have money, you have something to give. Your time. That's act of service. That's your energy.
It's
you
still
understand?
important.
That's
your value.
It's value. You can give back.
Absolutely. Have you guys experienced, maybe you're cleaning and then someone passing just through something and you're wondering?
It's a normal thing. It's a normal thing.
Tell us one of your experiences.
It's a normal thing. In fact, some of them stand out. What do they do, sir? When I don't get work. It can be like statement like that can be very discouraging, but we're not even moved by all of that because we've seen all of that, because there's an understanding, and that's why there's always the advocacy part in what we do, because if you don't understand what you do, somebody can talk you off what you do. So you need to understand the purpose behind what you're doing, the vision in the first place. You can key into it. And so that's why, for no matter what we hear, in fact, we'll do it with excitement, with joy, with fun, because we know we want to give back and make a mark in the environment.
Absolutely. So in all these things you've been doing and all that, have you collaborated with the government in any way?
Beautiful.
Or have they collaborated with you?
Beautiful. Let me start with Lagos State Government. We're in Lagos.
Yes.
I would say that right from when we started in 2010, then the MD of Loma was Mr. Ola Resonya.
Okay.
That man has been a huge blessing to us.
Wow.
If not for his support at that initial time, it would have been tough for us. Because so when we clean up like that, we don't leave the waste in the community. We need to pack them. And we don't have that capacity to go and rent a compactor. So we write to Loma and say, please, sir, can you give us compactor?
We have packed it. It's just for you to put it in your vehicle
and take it away. And the man will always show up. He will always show up, and it was like that actually motivated us again to say, let's keep doing, because there's always a normal ground to help you take it out. Them away, you understand? So he has been an amazing man, and at some point we'll get engaged with Lagos State Minister of Environment too. They will give us tools, clean up tools, rake, shovel, and trash bags like that. But money is no money, but then they give you that moral support, that kind support to do what you want to do in order to keep the environment clean. For the federal government, we've not gotten any dime from them, but then we, like I said, this is something we want to do. We're 12 years down the line now. It's not something we're doing because we don't have something to do. In fact, I resigned from my job to do what I'm doing now.
To face it full time.
I'm telling you, I had to resign at some point to face this thing full time because I'm passionate about it. And so we'll keep going, irrespective of government support or no government support. We hope that sometime we'll have a more and more engaging working relationship with them, not just in Lagos alone. Like now, we have volunteers in Rivers State, in Enugu, in Anambra, in Kaduna, in Ibadan, in Osun State. We are in different states now. I was also engaged the government across the states,
those states
to say
as
they
well.
can also be involved in
partner
what we do.
with you guys. You mentioned that you guys went to Ghana. Tell us about it.
Yeah, the second edition of the African Cleanup Conference was held in Cape Coast in Ghana. Okay. The fourth edition was held in Accra in Ghana. Now, this one we're doing, like the sixth edition, will be held in Calabar. It's all about, it's just a platform to bring together like minds across different African nations to come in together to discuss about the environment and prefer solutions, share your own experience. Let us learn from you. Learn from how you doing it in your state, in your country.
How are you doing it to make it easier for you?
To make it easier, and then
a better way to do things.
We'll bring resource people together to come inspire us. At the end of the day, we'll have an award and dinner night, which always the end of the event. It's always glorious. And the award is just to say well done to people that have been doing so much for the environment, just to encourage them to do better and to do more. You understand? So we have fun with dance, with network, with bond.
I'm already imagining this.
Calabar is going to be sweet.
Really?
You shouldn't miss it. I'm telling you, class hotel.
All right. In the process of your work and all that you do you ever get appreciated? Like random people just call you and be like, I want to send you 100 million.
But sincerely, like I always tell people, we are more like a social entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And our reward or profit is majorly number one in the life that has been affected positively.
Yes.
And to the communities that we've helped, their money will always follow. We've worked with different corporate organizations that have been of a huge blessing to us. We worked with, if not for Coca-Cola Foundation, we would have been able to scale up that recycle space I talked about into like 30, 40 schools because they came and they gave us support. We were able to expand into many, many more schools, you understand? And we've worked with banks, we worked with Access Bank, we worked with Sterling Bank. At some point, we worked with Glasso. GlaxoSmithKline was the first corporate organization, GSK, that came on board. And they sponsored us for like 4 different editions. And that was like, we used those to find our feet. And we're like, guys, you guys stood well. Stood and so now we can go. You understand? So we always get people who send us mails, well done. On social media, if you go on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, search for ACI Nigeria. ACI Nigeria. You see a whole lot of what we've done and people we've worked with and different organizations we've partnered with, different projects we've executed in the past. You could send a DM, and now we're on radio.
Wow,
more calls are coming in to say well done.
So anybody can be a part of volunteers.
Yes, we always take volunteers on the daily basis. We always get mails. I want to be a volunteer. There's a process. Send us a mail or any of our social media handle. Just do us a DM and say wants to be a volunteer of ACI, which is African Club Initiative. We'll get across to you. We'll give a Google form to fill. We'll engage you. The first thing is we're going to have a program more like an induction program for you. Where we'll talk to you about everything we do, so you understand
what is going on.
Then we can now fit you into where you're passionate about, and you're not paying any money to be a volunteer.
Talking about volunteers, I think people that are listening may be concerned about sanitization. How do you sanitize during your exercises? Like, what are the things you do, like, to make sure that...
Okay, fantastic. Whenever we have a cleanup, the first thing is when we gather everybody together, we'll talk to them about what we were about to do on that particular day, and we'll split them into teams, into groups. And there are some that will focus more on picking up the recyclables. There are some that will focus more on doing the deep cleaning, the rig, the shovel.
Exactly. During the deep cleaning, what are the measures you put in place to make sure safety?
We'll give them face masks, we'll give them hand gloves, we'll give them boots, we'll give them pickers. And we'll also have another team that goes out simply just to do advocacy. We'll call it the envirogelism. Envirogelism.
I see what you did there.
Not usual evangelism, but as envirogelism. So So you go out, talk to people around, and let them understand why
The importance.
this planet Earth is our own. If we mess it up, it comes back to haunt us.
yeah.
A computer, there's what they call the garbage in and the garbage out. What you give to the planet, it comes back to you. So there's no magic about it. Let's just do things properly. Don't dispose your waste, bin it, look for a bin around, and don't put your waste together. Loma has been advocating for that. Let's learn to separate your waste. In my home,
Please talk about separation of waste.
Yes, in my home, I have you I keep the pure water sachets. I have you I keep the PET bottles, and I have you I keep the other waste in my home. And my kids have signed into it. It's a conscious act.
It has formed the mindset.
Exactly. So we shouldn't put all of these things together, because this thing you call with the PET bottle is no longer waste. That PET bottle can get powered for a young girl. That PET bottle can put a child in school fees. That PET bottle can empower one young lady in that community. So
it is useful.
So it's useful. Even the pure water sachet, we collect all of. If you have them in volumes, call us. We'll come and collect.
Okay, all right. All right, guys, we've come to the end of today's BRR show. Like you already know, I've been talking to Alex Akhigbe. He is the CEO founder of African Cleanup Initiative. So final words, if they want to reach out to you, maybe someone wants to volunteer, they want to sponsor you with $100 million. What are the numbers they should call, and what social media handle should they DM?
Okay, thank you very much. We always want to do more. If you want to be part of our initiative on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is the same handle. ACI Nigeria. A for Apple, C for Cleanup, I for Island. Then you put in Nigeria. No dash, one word. Then our WhatsApp number is 080-080-21-34-34-9281. 080-21-34-9281. You want to send us an email, info@African Cleanup Initiative. There's an N to the Africa, so it's an African Cleanup Initiative.org. Whichever way, we'll get back to you. We would love to work with you. We would love to make this thing bigger and better. Come on board and let's do this together. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for joining us during today's BRR show. I look forward to seeing you same time next week. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye-bye.